In this lecture, we will start with the relational algebra and fundamental operations. I, Professor D. Kosti, welcome you for this lecture. Let us start with first part, that is relational algebra. As we have seen in the previous lecture, the relational algebra is a procedural query language. It consists of set of operations that take one or more relations as input and produce a new relation as their result. So don't confuse. Here, in relational algebra, it is possible that some operations can be done on a single table, and in some cases we can have two different tables where an operation can be performed and we can get one more table, separate table after performing an relational operation. So we have different fundamental operations in relational algebra that are select, project, union, set difference, Cartesian product, and renew. So in this lecture, we are going to see each and every operation. So these operations are fundamentally divided into two different parts as unary as well as binary. The select, project, and rename requires only one table. So that's why these operations are called as unary operations. Whereas other three operations, that is union, set difference, and Cartesian product, must be performed on two different tables. So these are called as binary operations. So again, in multiple choice questions, you may be asked with some unary as well as binary operations. So keep in mind, select, project, and rename are unary operations, whereas union, set difference, and Cartesian product are binary operations. Let us start with unary operations. That is first select. Now this is the simplest query. The select operation selects tuples that satisfy a given predicate. So predicate we can call it as given condition. We use the lowercase Greek letter sigma to denote selection. The predicate appears as a subscript to sigma. You can see here subscript to sigma is branch name. The argument relation is in parenthesis after sigma. Thus, to select those tuples of the lone relation where the branch is pairs, we write the query as below. Sigma to the base branch name equal to, what is the branch name? Parish into bracket lone. So this is how the query is written. So this everything is to be small case. Please note, row to the base branch name equal to parish is must be to the base. It must be small, and at the last lone is going to be little larger. The sigma size and lone size is going to be same. The branch name and parish must be size same. So what this unary operation is doing, it is just giving the list of tuples which are having branch name as parish from a table named as lone. I repeat, keep this point in mind, the font size of parish must be equal to the branch size. So this is what the unary operation select. So simply it is used to select some tuples from a particular table. This depending on some predicate. We will see the example for this. So we can find all the tuples in which the amount lent is more than $1,200 by writing the query as amount sigma amount greater than 1200 of loan indicates that only display those tuples whose amount is greater than $1,200. So automatically you can see the output table as loan number 15 and loan number 16. Branch name, parish, that is in combination with, I'll highlight that so that you can understand. Branch name equal to parish and amount greater than 1200 for the table loan. So in combination now, all the tuples with branch name, parish, will be displayed, but with one more predicate, one more condition, as if the loan amount is greater than 1200. That's why 1500 and 1300. So this is how combination is done for a particular predicate. Now, let me clear this now. We allow comparisons using equal to, not equal to, less than equal to, greater than equal to in the selection predicate. So furthermore, we can combine several predicates into larger predicate by using connections and or not. Thus, to find tuples pertaining to loans of more than $1,200 made by the Perrich branch, we write the query. That's just how we have explained this query. So branch name equal to Perrich and amount greater than 1200 for the table loan, display all the tuples. So these are the tuples displayed over here. I hope you cleared this point. Let us go to the next project operation. Now, select and project are almost opposite to each other. Select selects the whole tuple, whereas the project gives output of column. That's why you can see here project is displayed by pi for whole column, whereas select is displayed using sigma tuples, rows, and project columns. So we use pi. It is again unary operation. You can see here pi to the base loan number comma amount on a particular table named as loan. So whatever number of columns, all columns are just neglected and only two columns are displayed, that is loan number and amount. So here you can see loan number and amount of the loan table. So this is loan number and amount. Name of the customer, the branch, and all these columns are just neglected. So this is the example of project. Let us go to the next unary operation, that is rename. Now whenever we are performing any operation, unary operation we have seen, unary or binary, whatever the operation we are performing on different tables, at that time some output will be generated. Now this output will be saved in a particular file, and that file can be named as row to the base file name on a particular expression E. So unlike relations in the database, the results of relational algebra expressions do not have a name that we can use to refer to them. So it is useful to be able to give them names. The rename operator denoted by the lowercase Greek letter rho lets us to do this. So the given algebra expression E, the expression rho to the base x into bracket E returns the result of expression E under the name x. So this is the simple unary operation rename. So let us move to the binary operations now. Now see the slide carefully. It is the binary operation named as union. Now here you can see two different tables. First table is the depositor relation, and the second table is borrower relation. Now, if at all we want to find the names of all the customers with a loan in the bank, we can use the query by customer name on the table borrower. So you can get all the customers who have loan in a particular bank. So we can also have the list of all the customers with account in the bank using almost same query by customer name of the depositor. Now what we want a query which can find out the customers with loan as well as account in a bank. So we need the union of these two sets. That is, we need all customer names that appear in either or both the two relation. So we find this data by the binary relation union denoted as in the set theory by U. So expression needed is, you can see here, customer name from the borrower table and customer name from the depositor table. So this will give the customer names either or both of the two relations. So now you can see here customer name borrower table is given first. So the Adams is coming as output first. Then Curry, then Hayes, Jackson, Jones, Hayes, Jackson, Jones, then Smith, Smith. So duplicate entries are eliminated. So Smith coming twice, here only one time. Then Williams, Williams. Then here you can see Hayes, but Hayes is already there, so eliminated. Johnson, yes, Johnson is taken. Then Jones already taken, eliminated. Lindsay, yes, taken. Smith already taken, so eliminated. Turner, yes, new entry, it is displayed. So for this query, this is the output table. So this is called as union, combination of both the tables, union. Next is the set difference operation. Now set difference operation is denoted by minus, allows us to find the tuples that are in one relation but not in other. The expression R minus S denotes relation continue, those tuples in R but not in S. So how that is given, how that is shown is given here in this particular query. By customer name from the depositor minus by customer name from the borrower. So the result of the relation query appears here. You know both the tables, write down the tables in your notebook and check Johnson, Lindsay and Turner is the output. So this is the list of customers with an account but no loan. So all the customers from the depositor which are not present in the borrower is shown using the set difference operation. So you can read everything from the slide and you will come to know. Next is the Cartesian product. Now the Cartesian product is nothing but combination or all the combination of two different tables. The Cartesian product operation denoted by cross allows us to combine information from any two relations. So we write Cartesian product for relations R1 and R2 as R1 into R2. So we have a query. Let us discuss the query first. Here we have two different tables, borrower and loan. We have taken branch name as Perirish. So all the possible combinations of customers from borrower and loan with compulsory branch name as Perirish are shown in this table. So name of the customer, borrower loan number and amount. So you know that we have different tables and depending on that table, all the possible combinations are taken. So all the possible combinations are given by the cross sign R1 to R2. So this is relation 1 and this is relation 2. So relation 1 is borrower and relation 2 is loan. So all the possible combinations are taken into consideration. I hope you got this Cartesian product. Draw different tables and work on that, you will come to know. So this is the end of all the operations, unary as well as binary. Thus, we have studied the relational algebra and its fundamental operations in this lecture. The slide credit goes to book Database System Concepts, 4th edition. Happy ending. Do subscribe the channel and get notifications of new videos.